Hey everyone, welcome to another video. In this video, we'll discuss all about credit cards, whether it is a good option or a bad option to use them. And at the end of the video, I will also share my opinion on using credit cards. So we will discuss how do credit cards work, what are the role of banks or financial institutions in this particular process, and what are the fees that they usually levy. And finally, if you have a credit card, how to use it, or what are the smart ways in which one can use a credit card. So let's do a deep dive. Firstly, it's important for us to understand the mechanism involved in using a credit card, and if you along with your partner have two credit cards, how to use it smartly. Let's take the help of an example. Let's say you have credit card number 1 and your partner has credit card number 2. In respect to the first card, the billing cycle is from May 8th to June 7th, and of course it will be on the next day that the bill will be generated, that is 8th of June, and the payment will be by the end of the month, that is by June 25th. In respect of card number 2, the billing cycle is from May 20th to June 19th, slightly later than the first cycle. The bill date is of course June 20th, the next day. And because the billing date is by the end of the month, the payment is only due in the next month, that is July 7th. Suppose today being June 10th, you plan on purchasing a phone by using one of the credit cards. The real question is, which card will you use? Will you go for the first credit card or the second credit card? Well, if you go for the second credit card, a purchase that you plan to make on 10th of June will fall in the first billing cycle being May 20th to June 19th, for which you have to make the payment by July 7th. But if you plan to purchase on June 10th with the first credit card, then the applicable billing period will be June 8th to July 7th, for which you only need to make a payment by 25th of July. So obviously when you compare the payment dates for these two, you will find out that using credit card number 1 is much better because it gives you a higher credit period. In other words, you need not worry now. You can only worry, or you need to worry only sometime later. Well, let's try to understand the process in a more simplified manner. Say you are the card holder, you are holding a credit card. Tomorrow you are going to Reliance Digital to buy a gadget costing 10,000 rupees or 10k. The moment you swipe your credit card, Reliance Digital, being the merchant, will send a notification to its bank, in this case being HDFC, who will further instruct the card association, either Visa or MasterCard, depending upon the type of card you're holding, and they will in turn request your bank or the cardholder's bank to make a payment or to approve the transaction. Once the transaction is approved, it basically means that within 30-35 days, you are bound to make the payment of 10,000 rupees for which you initially did swipe at Reliance Digital when you went to buy the gadget. Well, coming to the role of banks and financial institutions in this picture, well, there's nothing called as free lunch these days. The moment someone is saying that you're using a free product, what he means is that the product is not free, you are the product. Similarly, when banks give you credit cards, it opens up multiple doors of revenue for them. One, there's yearly fee because you're holding a credit card. Every year you have to make a particular amount of payment. Processing fee, which is a one-time amount, depends on bank to bank when you take a credit card. The moment you delay your credit card payments or you miss to fulfill the credit terms, there'll be heavy interest and late fees. Interest to the tune of somewhere around 30-35% per annum, making it the most expensive loan in the world these days. Yes, a credit card. But the best part about this is that unlike a debit card, the moment you use a credit card and something wrong happens, banks will be primarily responsible. They'll have more responsibility when it comes to credit cards, something wrong with credit cards. Well, what are the benefits? The most interesting topic. There are multiple benefits. The most important one is the fact that it gives you something called a credit period, as already discussed. Today you swipe, you have a minimum 30-35 days period to worry about the payment. In addition to this, banks also give you rewards and offers for the credit card that you're using, and if you swipe this at multiple locations and places and websites, you can avail and claim all the rewards and offers. These days, something famous called as no-cost EMI, which is almost available on all e-commerce websites. It basically means that in the EMI portion, you do not have to pay the interest element. Just have to pay the principal amount every month, month on month, adding up to the original cost of the product. And some apps like Cred enables you to make the payment of the credit card dues after 30-35 days, post which you get something called as Cred points or Cred coins, which we can further redeem to buy future stuff. So to sum it up, I did speak about reward points which you can get or avail on swiping credit cards or using credit cards. You can get rewards and offers. You have offers like cashback, flat discount, discount on EMI. I did talk about no cost EMI, which is available on almost all e-commerce websites these days. And I did talk about cred, which gives you cred coins or cred points on making the credit card payments. And these points or coins can be later redeemed to make future purchases. But on top of all this, the most important point to note here is the fact that you need to maintain good credit score to get a credit card from a good bank with all these rewards and offers, for which minimum you need to maintain 750 credit points. Well, in my opinion, if you were to ask me, is using credit card good or bad? I would certainly say yes, it is a good option, provided you keep in mind three things. One is financial discipline. Well, you need to be very disciplined when it comes to making your credit card payments, fulfilling the credit terms, because the moment you miss it even by one day, there'll be heavy interest and late fees coming upon you and you'll fall into the debt trap. Second is the concept of affordability. Now, you cannot use your credit card to buy something which is almost your monthly income, which is a stupid decision. And finally, benefits. Yes, there are a multitude of different benefits available on using credit cards, on payment of credit card use. And I would say that this is you can save a lot of money if you use a credit card. Well, I hope I was able to make things clear through this particular video. If you like the video, you can show your support by hitting the like button. If you want more videos like these on a regular basis through way of notifications, you could think of hitting on the subscribe button. Till then, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care and thank you.